Hey everyone, welcome to the Asynchronous English 100 WB course. This is a writing course for business majors at San Jose State, and it's designed to satisfy your upper division writing requirements. My name is Jackie Shelley, and I will be your instructor for this class. And even though we're asynchronous, meaning that we don't meet on Zoom with any regularity, you're taking this class 1 week at a time, managing your own time. During that time, we don't need to meet unless you want to. And I actually highly encourage that. I am a relationship person. I like to talk to people, so don't be scared of me. Definitely encourage making an appointment. You can meet with me. You can message me anytime. It's probably a lot easier to reach me via messages sometimes. But just to introduce myself and give you a little information about myself, my experience, and why I do what I do. So I have a master's in English. I did my undergraduate work at UC Santa Cruz, where I focused on 18th and 19th century novels, Shakespeare, and also the Dickens Project. So I really like a lot of English literature. I also did study Spanish and Japanese literature and translation. I studied the Spanish language, although I'm much better at reading and writing in Spanish than I am at speaking. Pero quiero aprender más, así que no duden en ayúdame a aprender, por favor. I know a lot of you probably speak more than one language. There are definitely some wonderful things about that, and maybe also some challenges. So hopefully my experience trying to speak other languages myself and to learn in other languages can help me relate to that. My master's, I got it all the way back in 2005. It was here at San Jose State, or there at San Jose State. I also was a graduate assistant there. I was in the teaching assistant program. I worked there as a lecturer in the English department for 4 years. So I do have some experience teaching in the classroom at San Jose State, but this is my first time teaching an online course there. After that, I did work in the business world. So first, I was in a customer service role, semiconductors. I also spent some time in a medical office. I ran my own custom portrait business, an art business, and I did that when my children were young. So I know a lot of you are business majors. I do have some hands-on real experience of being an entrepreneur. Eventually, I did go back to corporate work. So I have another job working in an administrative role for a commercial plant nursery. So I'm actually in our conference room right now. And I know the value of being able to communicate well, to write with clarity, and I understand some of the more business world concepts and theory from my time away from the university. I'm an avid and voracious reader. I write, I publish regularly on online forums like Substack. I'm also working really hard on a podcast project, so we'll talk about that. I interview a lot of great business people for that podcast. I may share some of that. I would definitely welcome student involvement in that project as well. It's something I've been doing just for the love of it, and I have just a really great time doing that kind of stuff. Feel free to talk to me about that. I'm also looking forward to finding out more about all of you, why you're taking this course, and what you hope to learn from becoming a better writer and thinker. I'm really excited to get to know you a little bit, and I wonder what sparked your own love of learning, because for me, I've always been just unstoppably fascinated from as far back as I can remember, like in love almost, with words, ideas, books, and stories. So I especially love stories, like telling people stories and hearing other people's stories. So I'm curious what you find interesting about that. A little of my background, both of my parents were working class. They both grew up pretty poor. My dad was a Navy brat. He lived all over the world. My mom is Mexican American, so I'm half white and half Mexican American. She learned English for the first time when she got to school, so she spoke Spanish. Both of my parents lifted themselves out of poverty by pursuing higher education and by being the first in their families to go to college. So today they both have multiple degrees, and they were my inspiration and example, and they're the ones that encouraged me to pursue that too. They taught me how to work hard, but also never to be too proud to get your hands dirty. So to this day, I carry that message. And also just to learn at every possible opportunity. So my parents are totally my heroes. Some of you probably are the first in your family to go to school. That's a really big deal, so we'll talk about that. A big part of lifelong learning is embracing knowledge and just being willing to, open yourself to read, to write regularly. The more you do it, the easier and the more rewarding it becomes. But importantly, learning how to learn. So how you learn, you won't always be sitting in a classroom, so your learning's not going to stop here and online. I hope to help you find your own voice, to find your own way of learning and doing things that works for you. So I had a hard time with learning when I was young. I had a hard time getting good grades. I didn't have good grades in high school. I had to go to community college, and it took me about 3 years to work my way through community college, and I was working too. So, I understand that some of you might have to balance work and school. So basically, I was a transfer student after that. I transferred to UC Santa Cruz. I definitely have some idea of how hard it can be until you find what works for you. Eventually, I did find my way. I'm really proud of myself that my GPA, when I was at San Jose State, my GPA was a 3.9. I worked really hard to get better at school, and 20 years later, I'm still really proud of myself, more probably than I might have been had it been like an easy journey or an easy thing. So I know if I can do that, then you can learn too. So I know I would maybe not have believed in myself when I was in your shoes, but so many wonderful instructors there and at my other schools, they believed in me, they had patience with me, so I hope I can pay it forward and do that for you. But yeah, to go from that to being a teacher here, that was always my dream, was to work with students like you, so I'm excited to be back. My oldest son, he's an engineering student here. He's also part-time at the community college. My daughter will start community college next year. She's also studying engineering, so a lot of engineers in the family. They took after their grandfather. He was an engineer. I remember bringing them to class with me, like all those years ago when I taught last time. They were babies. So it blows my mind now that they're old enough to be in college. But that's why I wanted to come back to the university. My kids are a little more independent. I missed the intellectual adventure of this place and the incredible, really diverse student body. I've also taught in the corporate world, including teaching English as a second language on the weekends. I taught to corporate workers, a lot of people in Silicon Valley that needed English language lessons. I've also done a lot of safety trainings, business trainings as part of my work, and at my day job here at the nursery. So I love to talk, I love to train people. I'm always happy to have chances to dialogue with you, with people from all walks of life. I'm used to managing a lot of information, to making communication clear and to the point, and to understanding what communication looks like in the business environment, which is sometimes a little different from what you might be used to in just regular daily communication. So business writing, often also about documenting things, keeping records, being able to trace back information. So we'll talk about some of these ideas and how to do that effectively. And then a few personal things about me. I'm also an avid photographer. I love to take pictures, especially plants, bees. I got obsessed with taking pictures of bees this year, and bicycles. I think bicycles are really neat. I'm an artist. I run a side business selling custom art and portraits, so I am definitely a busy human. Maybe sometimes a little hard to get a hold of, but keep trying. I also have done custom art framing, all sorts of things. I really just love to make things. So I have 2 cats, but I also just love animals. I've had dogs too over the years. Right now I'm in an apartment, so cats suit me better. I also really love plants, and I'm learning how to take care of them from my friends here at my day job. They're teaching me all kinds of things. I keep busy, but I'm looking forward to spending some time with you and learning more about all of you, and I definitely will make as much time as you need, anything you need, just make an appointment with me. So hopefully that's enough introduction. I look forward to talking more with you all soon, and please do feel free, like I said, make an appointment if you need it, if you have any questions, concerns. Otherwise, go ahead and get started, and welcome, and I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. I'm really looking forward to it.